Hello, my name is Ruben Benzel, and I would like to welcome you to my geometry class and also the flipped classroom as well. So come with me. So a little bit about me. I am married to Mrs. Benzel, the orchestra teacher at Heron High School, and I have a 4.5-year-old named Alice. And I grew up in Columbus, Ohio. So yes, I am an Ohio State Buckeyes fan. And I went to my undergraduate in Oberlin, which is in Northeastern Ohio. And this is my 8th year here in high school. So I teach geometry, calculus, and the SAT prep course. So with the flipped classroom, I'm just going to kind of guide you through the steps that your student should be taking. So the first step is developing foundations through note taking. So before class, we have a 15-minute instructional video over the skill. And in this video, we kind of have definitions and worked out examples so that your students can have the foundations to be successful in geometry. What I find is that students who understand the vocabulary and are able to write the definitions and make visuals on the vocabulary find that geometry is a much more accessible subject. And you can even see a testimony here from a student's reflection last year about how note-taking helped them learn geometry a lot better. Step 2 is reflect and develop through guided practice. So when students come into class, they will be working on a bell work problem, and I'll be checking their notes. And it will also be a time when students can ask questions from the notes. And then we have some whiteboard problems that will allow students to take the problems on a test drive before they go to the independent practice. So during that time, I'll be kind of going around the room and spot checking the whiteboards. And I will also be showcasing some of the problem solving strategies as well. I would encourage your student to have a notebook where they can not only put their notes in their notebook, but they could also record any discussions from the problems that we have in class, and even the shown work on independent practice as well. And speaking of which, step 3 is to do the independent practice on Delta Math. So we are carrying the Delta Math platform again this year. And what's nice about it is it gives your student as much repetition as they need to master the skill. So this is an example of a student who got an A+ last year in geometry, and they did over 500 problems in the course of the semester, and they had over 100 incorrect answers, but they were able to take those and turn them into a learning experience. So this is an example of like their final study guide, and they struggled at the beginning. They watched an instructional help video. They also reviewed worked out examples, and then eventually they were able to kind of see the pattern and learn from mistakes. So I often find that if students take time to read the solutions of problems done correctly, they can apply that thinking and then eventually be able to apply that and get a correct answer and master the skill. And then step 4 is demonstrate mastery. So our mastery assessments occur every few weeks, and it is on paper and written out. And the practice for that, I will also be giving them a paper study guide before the mastery assignment. And rather than have a total test grade, the questions are broken down by skill. So your student can see how they did out of 4 on each skill. So a 4 is complete mastery, a 3 is, mostly mastered, but maybe there's some like minor mistakes. And then a 2 would be like partial mastery. So it's always to your advantage for your student to try their best and try to put as much shown work, because there is a lot of room for partial credit. And finally, I'd like to let people know that my office hours are Tuesday morning and Thursday afternoon. So I would love to see your scholar come to those office hours. And you can also email me at rbenzel@huronhighschool.org if you have any questions. And I did put here some signs that maybe your student needs to see me. So for instance, if they are, at the point where maybe they're getting less than 50% of the problems right consistently, if you're asking to see their notes at home and they're not showing you their notes or showing you that they did your notes. And then I would say also a lack of practice on Delta Math as well. And feel free to even check in with me and I can give you a real-time update as to what your student's progress is on Delta Math. So with that, I am really looking forward to a great year, and be safe, be healthy, and I hope that your student has a great learning experience this year.